Everybody. Welcome. So I think we're going to start out with something today that we haven't done before. Um, it's a qigong move for clearing your energy field, and you don't have to have any beliefs about energy, but I have found it helpful. Um, and I've noticed that, especially when I have a lot of interaction with other people, that I think I can pick up on their emotions. So, for those of you that are empathic or know that you pick up on other people's stuff pretty easily, this might be really useful. You might notice I'm in a very sterile looking environment. I'm working in a hospital up north. So, hopefully, we won't get interrupted and there won't be any emergencies, but just to give you a forewarning about that. I thought about recording today, but I really like being live with y'all, so I decided to do it live. So, if it's accessible and you can stand up, that's how we're going to do this. And if you want to do it sitting down, you can actually. That is totally fine. Okay, so the move is like this. It's breathing in, raising your arms up to the ceiling. And then breathing out, you bring your hands in front of your body, scanning your body. And I'll explain the internal part in a little bit. And you're going to move your hands down your body until you get down here. And then you're going to shake your hands off, imagining that energy, any energy that's not yours, is being shaken and absorbed, shaken off and absorbed by the earth. So, and then we'll do it again. You're going to bend your knees if you're standing. If you're sitting, that's fine. And again, you're going to breathe in and breathe out. And you may need to breathe in and out again as your hands are moving down your body. If you have the ability to sense energy or stuck energy, and you feel like there's something going on in some part of your body, or you're having pain or discomfort, you might want to just keep your hands on that part of your body and then continue to move down. And then again, you're going to shake your hands out. Okay. So the inner visualization that you're doing while we're doing that move is you're imagining your own light. So whatever your belief system is, the light of your soul, the light of your spirit, your highest self, your inner wisdom, whatever terminology you like to use. Um, and you're imagining your own light, and you're imagining it at first as like a sphere of light above your head. And as you raise your hands up, it's like you're collecting that energy that is yours, that's connected to all of the oneness in the universe. And then you're moving that light energy down through your body, clearing any of your own stuck energy, clearing any energy that doesn't belong to you. And again, if this sounds very woo woo and strange to you and you don't buy into it, that's totally fine. It comes from Qigong, and then you're shaking it out. And then after that, we're going to allow the arms to move outwards. And the idea is that we have a physical body, but we also have an energetic body, and that there's a field of energy around each being, or you could call it a magnetic field. And so the idea is that if you can feel that, you're allowing your arms to expand. You might feel a tingling on the outside of your hands or arms. You might feel nothing, but just imagining as you allow your arms to expand outwards, that there's like a light bubble that you're in that is containing your own light, your own energy. And again, you don't have to believe in any of this. You can just use your imagination, imagining light around you. This can be really useful for family gatherings. And if you feel overstimulated, just kind of stepping away from any gathering or any interaction where it felt sticky or yucky, just imagining your own energy bubble. And then after that, right hand at the dantian, so at this place, just the focal point of your energy center, just below the belly button, and then left hand on top, bend your knees, and feel your center of power. Feel empowered in your own body, in your own light, in your own energy. We'll take several nice deep breaths into the belly at that point. Okay. So, if this resonates with you and you want to do it, then follow along with me. And I'm going to do as little talking as possible. So, you can either keep your eyes open or closed, either one is fine. So, breathing in, imagining you're collecting light energy, your own light from above and all around you. And then as you start to breathe out, you're moving it down the body, scanning the body, allowing this light, imagined or felt, moving through your physical and energetic body, clearing any stuck energy, clearing any blockages, clearing anything that's not yours, moving it down the body, and then shaking it into the earth. One more time, breathing in, imagining collecting the light, imagining moving it down through your physical body, scanning, purifying, releasing anything that's not serving you, and again, shaking it into the earth. And then allowing the arms, bend your knees, allowing your arms to expand outwards. Some of you may sense an energy field around you, some of you may not, and it's totally okay either way. Some people can see it, I can't. Yeah. And you're just sort of feeling for or imagining where your energy field goes out to. You might feel a tingling in your arms or hands, and imagining this layer of light energy around your physical body, encompassing you, protecting you, and nourishing you, rejuvenating you. Breathing it in. Mm. Mm. And then placing your right hand just below your belly button, left hand on top, breathing into the low abdomen, into that power center, and feeling your own centeredness, your own empowerment, your own beingness. Or imagining it, imagining this groundedness, feeling the feet. Taking several breaths here into the belly, breathing out slowly. allowing the shoulders to relax. Hmm. Staying inwardly focused. Slowly open your eyes, but staying very inwardly focused, staying connected to the body, and finding your seat or lying down, whatever your body is calling for today. Trusting the inner wisdom of your own being, and either closing your eyes or allowing your eyes to be soft and downward, trusting what you're needing today. And we're going to begin with a little breathing exercise. So, the invitation is to breathe in through your nose and then breathe out through your nose while you make a humming sound. Now, if you're at work in a cubicle and you can't do this, that's totally fine. Just imagine a humming sound on your out breath. But if you can do it and you're in a quiet place or at home or in an office with a door, then I invite you to try this. This can be very soothing for the nervous system. It's actually biochemically kind of interesting. When we do this, when we breathe out through the nose with our mouth closed and we are humming, and there's this vibration coming through the nose, we actually release nitric oxide. So the laughing gas that, we used to get at dentists, or some of us, if you have dental procedures. So it can be calming and relaxing. So let's try that for several breaths. And as long as you're comfortable, just keep going, breathing in through the nose and humming as you breathe out through the nose. Mm. I'm going to mute myself while we do this so you can hear your own frequency and vibration and feel it in your body instead of hearing mine. Keep going if you can and see about dropping your jaw and softening your face as you do this. Going back to a natural breathing rhythm, releasing the humming, and just notice what it's like to be in your body in this moment, noticing your breath. Noticing the nuances of your breath today. Seeing if you can welcome the breath exactly how it is. Noticing if the breath feels deep or shallow, fast or slow. And then, after noticing the qualities that you can name, imagining that you can be inside the breath, that you can become one with your own breath, feeling it from the inside, and stay with that for a few breaths. Noticing if mind wanders away from being inside the breath, and just gently bring it back to the breath. And then seeing if you can deepen your breath, breathing down deep into the belly. So when you breathe in, the hand moves outwards if you've got your hand resting on your belly. And as you breathe out, the hand moves towards your spine. You're using your diaphragm here to breathe, which again can be calming and soothing to the nervous system. Seeing if you can lean into the softening that can already be happening with the out breath. So, with the out breath, see if you can release the muscles of your face and shoulders, release the muscles of your pelvis. Notice if you're clenching your buttocks or your legs. I mean, no need to judge, nothing's wrong. But with each out breath, see if you can invite the body to let go a little bit, imagining sort of like a melting with the out breath. Bringing awareness now to the body in its entirety. So expanding where you can still notice the breath still there, and you're noticing any sensations arising in the body. Seeing if you can bring this attitude, this general intention of welcoming what's already here in the body, releasing this need to fix or change, and just inviting yourself to be with your body as it is right now. If there are difficult sensations in the body, you might use your breath, imagining that you can direct the breath into anything that feels challenging to stay with, giving it space, giving it room. You might even, if you're having any discomfort or pain or any other challenging emotions, you may want to put your hand on that part of your body if that's accessible. Put one hand on part of your body, maybe one hand on your heart, whatever feels good, whatever it feels like your body is asking for or wanting. And if that's unclear, it's fine to just sit with your hands on your lap. I find this very helpful when I'm having a headache or when I'm having eye strain. Sometimes it can feel really good to put both hands over both eyes. So if you've been looking at a computer, your eyes are feeling fatigued, you might try cupping both hands and just resting them over your eyes, giving the eyes some nice darkness. Breathing into sensation, noticing any desire to want to change things, and also listening and bringing comfort to the body if it needs it. So rather than judging the body, noticing if there's judgment or irritation with a certain part of your body, and seeing if you can instead listen to this part of your body, listen to it if it's struggling or needs some support, and then just imagining that you can, through your very hands, bring comfort or love, allowing to various places in your body. And maybe there's no discomfort today. Maybe it's just ease. And just breathe with that. You don't have to create or find difficulty. That's not what I'm suggesting. It's just about being with what is, 'cause it's already here. And then expanding your awareness outwards from your physical body to include your emotions. Now, these may show up as physical sensations in the body that you may have already witnessed it, attending to the body. It may show up as more of a knowing or just a sense of sadness or joy or anger or whatever. And see if you can detect a corresponding body sensation if you are detecting some emotion. See if you can notice, hmm, feeling some subtle tightness in my chest, for example. feeling into, is that an emotion? Does this feel like an emotion? Or, and you don't have to get real heady about it. It's more of just like, again, seeing if you can allow and even welcome what's already here in your being today and presence it, witness it, be here for yourself in a new way than you might be used to. So many of us have learned that if there's emotions that we need to clamp them down, shut them down, repress, distract. My consistent experience has been that when I can meet an emotion with compassion and kindness, breathing into it, that it transforms on its own. And when I push it away, it usually gets bigger and bigger and bigger and results in some sort of reactivity, lashing out, something bigger down the road. So, what we're practicing is seeing if we can attend to emotions when they're more subtle, or maybe you're having big emotions today, and that's welcome too. But over time, practicing attending to ourselves and our emotions and body sensations when they're more subtle, giving ourselves what we need earlier so that it doesn't have to get so big and so strong. And also learning how to attend to big, strong emotions too. But the key really is meeting the body and the emotions with love and kindness and compassion. And that's the tricky part if we haven't learned that before. So if that's new for you and you maybe have a strong self critical voice, I know all about that because I have been working with that for a long, long time in my own being. I can promise you it gets better. But if you struggle with a strong self critical voice, you might try deciding that when you put your hand on your heart and you breathe like that, maybe two hands on your heart, whatever feels resonant, maybe one hand on your belly. So try that if you want to. And you can decide that this means that no matter what your head is doing, no matter what the thoughts or mind is doing, if you're having some self criticism or self judgment, that if you put your hand on your heart and you breathe, that means that some part of you is deciding to care for you or love you, to witness what's here, to be with what's here, no matter what the mind is doing. And that has helped me a lot over the years when the mind feels really challenging. And maybe if you're having a particularly hard time, maybe you picture an animal or a human or a spiritual figure or a tree or a flower or some person, animal, being, object, plant that feels kind or loving to you. And you picture that in front of you and you imagine breathing in the energy of that being. You imagine breathing in nurturing, breathing in comfort. Because when we're struggling, really what's happening is these inner child parts, these younger parts of us, are just calling out to be witnessed and felt and loved. And the habit energy is to blame them and get mad and irritated. Like, why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling so helpless or so young? And it's because it is a younger part. So that has helped me tremendously, is to just start to learn that when I feel out of sorts or I can't think straight, oh, this is not adult me. This is a younger part of me that's coming up to be witnessed and healed. And the way that we can do that is by being with that part with kindness. And if the kindness feels inaccessible, even with all these techniques, then it's time to reach out to a friend or a therapist or go for a walk in the woods. Because if we can't meet these parts with kindness, beating up on these difficult or, these parts of us that feel scared or sad, it's just going to harm those inner parts more, doesn't help. So as you're learning to be with yourself with kindness, and forevermore, we need other people. We need our animals. We need the trees. We need all the different ways that we can learn how to be more compassionate towards ourselves. Has to start with ourselves. We treat ourselves as we would our most beloved people or animals or plants. So, with that in mind, let's be together in this way, bringing as much warmth and kindness and allowing as possible for the next 10 minutes or so. And if that involves laying on the floor, moving around, crying, laughing, following your own inner guide as to what you're needing right now, trusting that intuition. It's very wise. The body is so wise. And together we will hold this energy of loving and kind presence, co create this field of compassion towards ourselves and others, which includes everything. It includes anger, jealousy, judgment, sadness, grief. It welcomes it all. It even welcomes the resistance to welcoming it all. All right, so let's sit together in this way. Forgot to say you can use your breath as a focal point if you want, or you can allow your awareness to drift between body, breath, emotion, thoughts, using the breath as sort of a tether to the present moment, helping you stay in the mode of loving witness and noticing any judgments towards self or others and just letting them be there, feeling them in the body, welcoming that too, welcoming it all as best you can. Now I'd like to invite you into three ohms with me if you want. And the idea is to feel the vibration of your own frequency, feel your own sound in your body. If you're in a space where you can't make sound, then just imagine on the out breath, imagine the sound Om vibrating through your body. Do three together, breathing in. Oh. Feel where the vibration is in your body, breathing in. Oh. Oh. May the fruits of our co created practice spread outwards in all directions, helping to end the suffering of all beings, including our own. Hmm. Thanks everybody for showing up, for trying to love yourself a little bit more. Pretty convinced that that's how we change the world. Because when we learn how to be kind to ourselves, it reverberates outwards. And when we're not judging ourselves, we have no need to project onto others, because that's where projection comes from. It's where judgment comes from. It's the parts of ourselves that we're not allowing, that we get annoyed with in others or feel irritated or are judging others. It's our own stuff that we're not wanting to look at or we're disallowing. So the more we can welcome all the parts in, you know, even the parts that we really have been trained are not okay. They really are just part of being human, all of it. The jealousy, the rage. I'm not saying to act out of those parts. I'm saying that when we attend to them and learn how to presence them, we don't need to act out of them because they're being seen and heard and felt. And over time, those younger parts or those wounded parts they seem to get softer and quieter, as it's like a toddler that's really wanting your attention. They're not going to give up until they get it. Most toddlers anyway.